This is MLB The Show.info, trying to give you some tips and tricks on how to do Stage 2 American League Team Affinity. So, as you guys know, these things cost 1,000 stubs. There's a bunch of mini missions. There's the higher level Showdown missions that you can get eliminated on, and it increases on stubs, XP as you go on. Show pack here. And then if you win, you get 20 Team Affinity points, or 4-point tickets, and you get 5 4-point tickets. So, when drafting, you can face up to 4 different opponents. You face the Yankees, you face the Royals, you face the White Sox, and I'm blanking on the you face the Astros. So you face those 4 teams, and they all have righty pitchers. So you're going to end up drafting is to destroy righty pitchers. For example, you know, this is not a really good round to show it, but I'd go with Jason Giambi. He hits righties very well. This round I'm going to look for who has the highest righty stats. I'm going to go with Nick Madrigal. I don't know. I'll go with Madrigal. He has 96 contact against righties, 99 vision, 88 speed, 82 stealing. Speed's not that important, but you want to get on base in those final Showdown boss missions. Those make a difference. Third round will always be a gold pitcher round. Shohei Ohtani's, if he ever comes up on here, that's my recommendation on who to pick. But since there's really nobody here that is Shohei Ohtani can really hit with their pitches, hit as a pitcher, I'll take I don't know, Taylor Rogers. Anybody works for me. I guess for this round you might want to take Griffin Conine. I don't know how to say his name. Got 75, 85, and 34 on his hitting stats. So that's a good stick to take. A good stick to take if you get in this round is, for example, I don't know if round number 5 is all pitchers, but if you get the option to take Babe Ruth, take him, because he is a pitcher as well as a hitter, and overall for a pitcher only accounts for their pitching stats, and he does hit righties very well. I'll show you when we get to the team process or team organization. For this round, we'll take Naquin. He's a lefty. I think lefties are important because I feel like I'm more comfortable batting against a righty pitcher as a lefty. So, with this silver round, you want to look for a perk called Heart Attack. Heart Attack is the best perk in this game because it gives you a contact boost while you're losing. And in all of the Showdown bosses, you're going to be losing. Either it's like 0-4, 0-8, or 0-15, depending on what it is. If not, the second best one is Rattled, because errors save outs and put on base runners. For this one, I go with Insider Info. Inner Peace and is also a pretty good one. I just like this one better. So we're facing the Yankees. In this explanation video, I'm going to make it clear I'm probably going to lose because we'll see their outfield is very hard to beat. But we'll get on with the video as we're doing it. So good players to have for this is Mitch Moreland, Shin-Soo Choo. So if you got any good players on the bench, no, not for against righties. So if we're doing a showdown, we want to have all the players at righties very well. If we're going into the finals against the Yankees, that would be very important because the righty for the Yankee is Clark Schmidt, 92 overall, and we need to hit him. So lefty stats do not matter whatsoever. I'm not going through this video. I'm not going to go into the mini missions because you guys know how to do them. If you guys feel that you need runs to win against the final boss showdown, which is 15 runs, do it. If you don't feel like you need it, go at your own pace. I'm not here to tell you, how many runs you can or cannot score. That's on you. I'm going to play each of the mini missions or mini boss battles and talk about my approach as I'm going through them. So I'm going to cut right here and skip over to that. All right, so we're back here with the Sean Doolittle mission. I also need to go back and say that these 3 missions I had to enter and then exit. You can't skip to a certain mission or skip missions. You have to enter and leave. It's an unfortunate part about this. And if you end up using the options button as it says to skip to Final Showdown, you'll end up skipping all the way to the end here. and not to a mini mission or whatever you want to go to. You can't skip. You have to enter and leave and take the L that way. Let's do our research. So here he is. He's a lefty, which makes it kind of unfortunate, but he's also an 80 overall. Has okay stats. Nothing crazy. 79 balls per 9 and 71 controls per 9 is kind of bad. And you'll understand why control and balls per 9 is very important in all of these missions. He has a repertoire of fastball, splitter, and slider. So when I'm going to be hitting him, I will be looking for the fastball. So now knowing that he's a lefty, I'm going to end up making my lineup and all of the players in here based on killing lefties. I know I said draft to kill righties, but you know, these mini missions are much, much easier than whatever you're going to be playing, especially if you're playing against the Yankees as a final boss. It's very hard to beat them. Out of all the other ones, it's the hardest one to beat. So Mitch Moreland won't make my lineup. I don't think I'm actually going to mess around with my lineup too much. There's a tip for you guys. I think I'll be just fine with my okay stats. So during this, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do and just walk you through what I'm doing. 12 outs with a runner on second, and this will be very easy to complete. Alright, so now that we're in our first at-bat of Showdown, I have to explain something very important. While you're playing, we need to understand that there's a runner on second. So in our mind, he cannot get out in a rundown. He won't get out. The game is smart enough not to screw us over. And we don't want to be over-aggressive on the base paths, because the guy at bat is run number 2. So even if he scores, we don't win this challenge. So we need to keep our runners on base very safe. So as we get into this one, I'm going to end up making sure that I can keep my runner at second out from any double plays. So I'm fine if he stays at third. It's not going to kill me. He probably could have made it to home, and that's fine. But Bradley Zimmer is the guy who needs to get home, so that's why I don't really care about getting it on third there. I need to make sure that I'm not getting out on the bases like a moron. Here, I know I'll be fine to take a base. He's running away from the ball, and I'll be fine. Runner on third, runner at home. So I'm going to end up keeping that runner there unless I hit a double here. And you need to understand why I'm doing that. I have the rattled perk. So that means I get to keep, if I have a runner in scoring position, that means there's a higher chance to make errors. And I don't gain anything from him scoring. I need Giambi to score. He's my third run. So that's how I win this. So when I can get a runner on second, he's out of the double play, and I don't have to worry about keeping a runner on third. I'll be fine from there.
What we do here is go back.
Now also, something else becomes very important that we have our runner on third. That runner on third allows us to cheese the game out of a double play. I should put some speed on the bench, but we'll put Anderson Miller. He's faster, yep. We'll put some speed on the bench, but the important thing about having a runner on third is that if we get into a double play, we can hold the runner between third and home, and then afterwards the game thinks that I'm trying to just hold him, and they will avoid taking 2 outs, and you'll lose 1 out there. But here, I'll hold the runner between third, run back to third, I'm safe there, and I'm safe all around. So that's the benefit of it. Then again, you have to be very experienced, and if you want to hold the runner in between the base paths, you have to hold R2 while having a specific selected runner. This is not very good. Not good to get out at home. But then again, we also lose, with that double play, we also lose the force around our bases. So that's fine too. Also a good hit with 100 miles per hour. That's just the power of the show. So in this situation here, a walk, you know, it's okay, but I'm really not trying to get another force out. You know, I don't want to have the force out all around. So right here, I think I'll be able to take home. I'll do it. It doesn't actually matter in the long run. It doesn't actually matter at all, and it was more of a risk than it wasn't because the runner on second needs to score. But right here, I'll just bunt to the right side, get the runner on third, and then I have 6 chances to get a deep fly ball or whatever, single, and I'll be good. So that's playing smart baseball. Now in this case, I'm gonna avoid taking walks because I don't want to have double plays. I just want to put the ball in play. All right, that should be deep enough. Hopefully, because I know Laureano's got a good arm in center. And I'll slide head first, and I'll be safe. Done with the showdown. And we're good. Alright. We also get a gold item, gold perk. Knowing that we'll have to face a righty after, I'm going to go with Gurriel. Very good righty hitter. Gardner is too, but not as good as Gurriel. And let's see. Oppo Taco is probably the best one here. Let's remember in our final showdown we'll have 20 outs, so this one only works for one at bat, or I guess one tight. When you're down to 2 outs, it only works then. So Oppo Taco is the best one here. When it rains, you're not going to be winning in a showdown until, when you win, you can't play. So don't pick that. We'll pick Yuli Gurriel. He can go around the place, but it doesn't really matter for now because I'm not going to be doing the mini missions. I'm going to skip through these 3 and then do this one. And I'll come back to you when that's done. So peace out. All right, so we're back, and we have to take down this prime Zach Britton. I've actually never, bothered to play the second mini boss, but I'm pretty sure that Britton is a righty. Draft for only righties, I'm realizing that kind of now. But then again, this should also be light. I'll stick with the same squad. I think I'll be fine. I'm not really messing with my lineup too much for this one either. But I think for the final boss is where I'm going to mess with my lineup a lot and show you how it works. Oh, this one is also much easier. Same situation, we just get an extra 3 outs. But we also do have a harder pitcher. Alright, so we're up at bat. I'm gonna, not talk through this one as much. I'm gonna go Super Sim or whatever on it. You guys can watch an accelerated version, and then I'll come back to you afterwards. I'll give more tips on the final boss battle, where, lineup and all that stuff will matter most. Alright, so now that we finished this one, this mission, I'm going to draft righties to then again kill Clark Schmidt. Gary Sanchez, probably the best hitter here. And oh my god, we just got blessed with heart attack. Significant contact boost while losing and runners are on base. But, it's worse than regular heart attack on silver because you need to have runners on base. But also you get significant contact boost instead of slight, so, it's worth it, man. Defibrillator's good. All of these are actually good because the diamond makes them, a lot more applicable. So I'll replace it for that. And manage squad. Alright, here's where we're going to have to go to work. On this squad, we're going to, I don't care if I put catcher here, catcher here, catcher here. We just need to have our best 8 hitters on the diamond. And then our best, or I guess our, other best hitter. Our 9th best hitter on the bench. We do have Babe Ruth, so I might have to look at the stats of who, if my Mitch Moreland or Shin Shu Chu beats him out. Or maybe I platoon him and I can have a speedster switch out for Babe Ruth or, somebody. You want to have speed on the bench, and if you have good players like Mitch Moreland and Shin Shu Chu, who also kill righties, you can then, replace Gary Sanchez if he gets a single for somebody's speed. They get on second out of the double play. When Gary's spot comes up again, you put in Mitch Moreland. It's a big L, but it's also situational, all situational. Bradley Zimmer will come out for Mitch Moreland, and this lineup looks good. I think I'm going to stick with this, and then Shin Shu Chu will be our 9th. Bradley Zimmer, let's get some speed out here. Get all the speed we can get. So, 73, 54. 54 for stealing. This one's okay. Alright, so we're fine with this. This is good. For our lineup, I want to have a player that can clean up the base from 3 or 4, and then another good one. So maybe I'll have Giambi 4th, Gary Sanchez 7th, and then, all my other good hitters, whatever. They can go in between. I'm fine with that. I'll have Mitch Moreland number 1 because he's most likely to ground out, in my opinion. And I can get out of it, he's more likely to ground into a double play as a number 2 spot compared to Madrigal in the number 2 spot. I think I'm going to stick with this. This lineup looks pretty good to me. So you want to have a good hitter at 7 and a good hitter at 3 so you can clean up the bases whenever you have them. Hopefully they get to work and clean up bases. So we're going to go in and we're going to try and score 16 runs. This would probably be doable with this team. against, you know, any other team, so like the Astros, White Sox, or Royals, but the Yankees are especially hard because of the dominant outfield they have. They have Mickey Mantle in center, they have Ricky Henderson in left, I believe, and Judge in right. So all of those are either speedsters or defensive masterminds, or whatever you like to call them. They're crazy. It's hard to beat. We'll look at what our defensive positioning is right here. We know, I'm just for you know, proving myself and, you know, explaining how hard the Yankees are. Any gap shot you get is going to be very hard to get through, because reaction 95, fielding 85 on Ricky Henderson. In center, reaction 88, fielding 87. And then Judge is like all above 95, so that's hard to do. So it's going to be a lot harder. When I usually do with the Yankees, it's a lot less of it's very different mentality. I end up hitting a lot more home runs than I do end up getting singles and then having to mess around on the base paths. So I'm going to end up looking for the top half of the zone. I'm trying to send things to the outfield, not ground out. That pitch, totally fine with taking. I don't think it can get me a hit. You know, I got 3 strikes in at bat. That one outside, not hitting it. That one's inside. Feels like a jam shot, whatever. I'm not swinging at it. I'll wait for a better pitch. Because usually they give you 1 cookie in at bat, and there we are. We get a squared up hit. Only for a single, especially with his stats. It's kind of crazy. But that's the game. You're going to get out on a few squared up hits. Also on a few perfects. You got to be ready for that. The game will... We do have the perk activated right now, so our hitting should be a lot easier. Especially with, what's his name on first? 2-0 count. I'm going to take here. Maybe I can work a walk. 2-1. I'm going to, you know, keep an eye out. 2-0 is where I'm going to have my hands off the sticks and just hope that it's a ball. Because I feel like I'm more likely to make a mistake, you know, swinging at something bad, than I am going to find a good pitch to swing and drive. Same with 3-0. You want to get your hands off the control in 3-0. Just hope that it's a ball. Because the guy, Conan's going to hit one more time, guaranteed, no matter what. Even if I get hits from everybody behind him. Got to score 16 runs right here. And then again, the situation might be different for you depending on how many of the mini missions you end up doing. So it's all based on your situation. You got to think for yourself a bit on this one too. That one's going to be a double play. I was way over that ball, not good. But 17 outs remaining, and just got to hope that we get stuff going. There we are. I reached for that. Didn't really like to. I don't like reaching, but looked like a pitch I could hit, and I got it. So that's fine. That's going to be a good, okay hit. Deep fly ball to right center field. And if you find yourself getting very upset with the Showdown, you're not going to have any success. That pitch in my mind, that thing should be good or something like that. Whatever you think it is does not matter. You know the game likes to mess with you. So you got to know that you're trying to complete a job, and if you get mad at the game, you're never going to end up winning these things. Especially that double play there. A lot of you guys, or a lot of people I know, would just rage and be like, I'm done for. I got to score 16 more runs. That's not happening. Well, you got to stay in it. You got to keep focused. That one should have been a home run in my mind. A lot of things should be a lot better than what they are, but it is what it is. I'll end up taking third. This is so I can mess with the double play right here. So if Yuli grounds out, I can end up holding the runner on third in between bases and take the out there instead of the 2 outs. Then again, I'm trying to score 16 runs, so that 1 out makes a difference even if I still keep myself in double play position by having runners on first and second. Babe Ruth looks like he's just as good as Shin Shu Chu, so if I end up taking someone out, then Shu Chu will come in for someone to, I don't know, run the bases. And hold the runner at third. Gonna run back to third. Hope I get safe. I don't. But I end up not taking a double play. I take a ground out instead. So right now we only have 2 runners on base to 7 outs, which means I'm assuming, let's say they both get in there and they both score. That's 2 runs to 7 outs. Now it's 3 runs to 7 outs. So you want to keep a ratio in your mind of how well you're doing of 4 runs to 5 outs, because you have 20 outs and you gotta score 16 runs. Then again, that is if you come in here with no runs. I always do this with no runs because I think it's more entertaining than doing the mini missions. You know, it's just how I roll. But this is just how I'm thinking out how I'm going to end up winning this thing. That one's going to be deep into the hole. Please run. Thank you for running. Your service is very much appreciated. So I'm going to end up stealing on first pitch right here, because double play costs me big time. And if I know I got a bad jump, I will swing at a pitch. I think I'm in safe, and I'm good. That was just a pitch I would have loved to smack. God, I regret stealing there because I wanted to smack that pitch so hard. But that's fine. Ball low. So we have the snake perk, rattled perk, so more errors should be on the way. Hopefully, if I ground out into something. Please stay in base, and we'll go 2. I can't go 2. I won't be safe. Should have held the runner on third. That's a mistake on me. Should have held it at third. Especially with Giambi and his lacking speed. But that will be definitely in the gap. Definitely will land. And that's going to be a ground rule double. That means runners 5 and 6 are at base. And runner number 7 is at bat. I'm going to hold the runner at home. No, I'm not. Sometimes you can mess with them and throw it at home, but that was just too hard of a hit ball for them to end up thinking it out, or the CPU to like get out of that animation, so I'm kind of forced into an out there. I can't really like try and mess with the CPU there. So right, we're here trying to take another hack at it. That one will fight through the hole. Should have kept Giambi or whoever was on third at there. Just keep it there to avoid the double play. But you know, made a few base running mistakes in my mind that haven't hurt me yet, but let's hope that they don't. See right there? In my mind, I think that's, you know, at least a squared up late hit or something like that. But I can't get angry at this game because if not, I'm going to mess up a lot more. That's going to be a good okay out. So we did a bunch for the first 9 batters we went through, we did very poor. We went 2 hits for 7 outs. This time around, I think we went 5 hits for 3 or 4 outs, depending on whatever Babe Ruth does. Could change the numbers. But right now we're 5 hits to 3 outs. This run through. That one looks like it might drop. Judge to contesting. And there we are. We have runners 7 and 8 on base. So now, in my mind, I think we're tied up because those runners will not get out. Those runners represent the 8th run, the 7th and 8th run, and we're already 10 outs through, so that's halfway down the middle. 8 runs, 10 outs, on pace. Right now, he has lower confidence, so I'm hoping that the second half will be a lot easier, and I'm not swinging at bad pitches. And that's how I'm going to roll. Just, you know, got to stay relaxed. Can't be swinging a lot earlier than I should be in these counts for bad pitches, just because I feel like I can get out of here faster. Send him back. No point in getting out on bases. Felt like I had to swing at that. Gonna hold the runner third. I didn't end up seeing what happened at first there after. I think it pulled him off the bag with the error. Yeah, it did. So pulled him off the bag with the error. And that's what the rattle perk does. Saved me an out right there. Gonna hold the runner at third because I know that's a double play. Hopefully I can get safe. And I'm not, but I still end up losing 1 out instead of 2. Madrigal probably could have beat out the double play, but not worth it in my mind. It's a bad swing. Should have had a better one, especially with that changeup that was just hanging. But here we are. Gotta attack the next pitch. So, right there, I want to throw my controller through the monitor. I want to throw my controller so far you would not believe. But 110 miles per hour, and that's an out. That's the Yankees outfield, and that's why they make a difference. And that's why it's so hard. Because I think they got 2 diving plays on me so far. I don't remember. I think 1 or 2. That was definitely 1. But let's see. That's another hard hit ball. Don't track that down, Mickey Mantle. Thank you. That's a home run. Bases are cleared. A lot easier with what we're working with now, and we're ahead of pace. We want to score 2 runs, or at least have the runners on base for an extra 2 runs after this set of 9 batters is over. So we got Naquin, LaStella, Sanchez, Gurriel, and Ruth. So 5 batters are going to be up this inning. Then again, I also want to put my controller through the monitor, but that will not happen. That will not happen. There we are. Perfect liner. That will end up going down. And that'll be run number 11. That runner will not get out on the bases. Unless if we have more runners on bases. Gary Sanchez has been quite disappointing so far. He's had 2 times where he's placed the PCI pretty well, or well, I have placed the PCI pretty well. It's gone for nothing. Let's hope we can turn around with a good hit here. Extra bases preferably. Preferably. I don't know what I'm saying. So Gary Sanchez is kind of letting us down in the 7th hole. The clearing bases hole, I guess. If we're going through this lineup like 3 times. Letting us down. And I'm going to hold my runner on third to prevent double plays. This might be where I put a fast runner on third. I think I'm going to go with a fast runner on third. Tommy LaStella is a good lefty hitter. But Shin-Soo Choo is also, a good righty hitter. He'll come into play for him after. But I want the fast runner on third for one reason only. If I get into a double play situation here, I want to be able to get out of it by running between the bases between third and home and getting back out. I don't want him to tag up. Couldn't care less. Oh my god. Also, the Ricky Henderson effect right there. If I get into a double play, I want to be able to hold him between third and home and be able to get him back safe. So that's my reasoning for putting a speedster on third. Go, please go to second. Please. This game, I was about to curse it out. I was so close to screaming at my monitor, but that worked out. It worked out fine. Right here, Madrigal represents our 14th run if he hits a home run. Well, if he gets on base, that's our 14th run anyway. I'll send the runner home because I don't want the force. And I'll send the guy who is on second to third. Hopefully, oh, thank God he got there safely. I would probably have been hosed. But now we have the avoid double play situation again with the runner on third. He'll probably get hosed. Actually, since I know he won't come up again, I will switch out Mitch Moreland for someone who's fast, or at least faster. I'll put 70 speed runner there. Conine is not the greatest hitter for me, but took him for the stats. Didn't really take him because I liked him. But here we are. Double play situation. Hopefully I can get out of it. Again, monitor close to going through my TV. Or whatever. Control it through the monitor. Giambi is actually a triple away from the cycle, in fact. But I will not be going for 3 bases on any occasion. Especially with the outfield that they have. I will get hosed. They gotta dive for it. Then again, the other outfielders will go and pick it up and hose me before I even get to third base. There we are. Perfect. I'm sending Madrigal to third. Hopefully I don't get hosed. Judge has got an arm, but I'm safe. I kind of could tell based on how long it took him to throw. Naquin's up. Can hold the runner between third and home. There we aren't. Nope. Home run does win it for me right now. I need to keep that in my mind. Bradley Zimmer, I'm going to take out for Shin-Soo Choo. The guy can hit piss missiles, hopefully bring us home on an at-bat. We do have 3 good hitters right out, or 4 good hitters. This whole lineup is good hitters against righties. Gone. We just completed this challenge. We just scored 16 runs in 20 outs. We did this one in 17 outs. Yankees is extremely hard. I'm going to go through batter analysis, just look at how we did. This is also a pretty fun thing to do after you do Showdown. Look at how you did on Perfects. Did you get cheesed by the game? I didn't really get cheesed. I got 80 I was 4 for 5 on my perfect contacts. Also look at over 100 miles per hour. I was 8 for 9. Also a really good ratio. A lot of them went for home runs. You could also look at, what is it called? PCI contact, but I don't look at that too much. It's kind of useless. It's kind of hard to understand in my mind. So, that's it. Peace out. Good video. I think I could actually open the packs as a end of video thing.